You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the NFLPA situation involving Executive Director Lloyd Howell has reached a climax. That's right, the good old climax. By the way, snuck this out at 10 p.m. last night. You know what that is? We're going to put this out as late as possible so everybody won't be talking about it all day long. Now, well, I hate to break it to you, everybody's going to be talking about this today, except they did it knowing going in on a Friday in July, a lot of the pundits are on vacation this week. Why? NFL training camps are about to open, so everybody's getting their last-minute vacations in. For example, Pro Football Talk doesn't go back on the air till I believe it's my birthday. Yeah. Another week or so, right? So, and several shows, that's when they make their return as training camp started. Well, it's a bowling point, and it's also a wrap, by the way, for Lloyd Howell. Stepping down, of course, we know the big, massive conflict of interest there. You're representing the players in the players' union, but you were also doing work for a firm that was involved in trying to get NFL ownership. If there was ever some good old boy shit going down, this was it. There was no possible way Lloyd Howell could be trying to do the maximum quality job on behalf of the players when you're also working or trying to be involved with being with a firm trying to get ownership. It's wild. I haven't seen a conflict of interest like this since the WNBA PA vice presidents being unrivaled owners. Yeah, that's a thing right now. It's wild, and they refuse to step down. So, here we go. A week after rumors reached a fever pitch that Lloyd Howell would be replaced as the executive director of the NFL Players Association, Howell has stepped down. Quote, 2 years ago, I accepted a role as executive director of the NFLPA because I believe deeply in the mission of this union and the power of collective action to drive positive change for the players of America's most popular sport. Howell said in a statement issued Thursday night by the NFLPA, our members deserve a union that will fight relentlessly for their health, safety, financial futures, and long-term well-being. My priority has been to lead that fight by serving this union with focus and dedication. It's clear that my leadership has become a distraction to the important work of the NFLPA advances every day. For this reason, I have informed the NFLPA Executive Committee that I am stepping down as Executive Director of the NFLPA and Chairman of the Board of the NFL Players effective immediately. I hope this will allow the NFLPA to maintain its focus on its player members ahead of the upcoming season. I am proud of what we've been able to accomplish at the NFLPA over the last 2 years. I will be rooting for players from the sideline as loud as ever and know the NFLPA will continue to ensure that players remain firmly in the center of football's future. So, we have no idea who's going to replace the guy at this point. Let me see. As of Thursday night, rampant chatter that Howell would be gone and that Don Davis would become the interim executive director. That was last Thursday night, okay? And, of course, there's a situation with J.C. Tretter that's going on out there, too. Believe it or not, NFL media actually made a statement on this. Here's the message the NFL Executive Committee sent to players on Lloyd Howell, who voluntarily submitted his resignation tonight. There is no provision in the NFLPA Constitution for this. The Board of Reps is expected to meet the next day or so to take the next steps. All right, so they will meet, quote unquote, as soon as possible. The board will convene as soon as possible for a meeting on the next steps and we'll be in touch with our membership soon. The, quote, board is a board of players' representatives, the duly elected one-per-team group that voted for Howell and that will eventually vote for the next executive director. While the NFLPA Constitution doesn't address procedure for assigning an interim executive director, it did in 2008 following the death of Gene Upshaw. Union General Counsel Richard Berthenstein became the short-term replacement pending the hiring of DeMaurice Smith. Last week, Don Davis was gaining traction. Another possibility is current General Counsel Tom DePasso, who will be retiring. It can be whoever the executive committee and or board of player representatives wants it to be. That person would have the opportunity to prove that he or she could earn the permanent spot. So it's going to be a little tryout. As the Joker said, we got an opening, but we're a small organization, so we're going to have aggressive tryouts. Snap the pole cue and throw it down between three guys. Good luck. 3 men enter, 1 man leaves. We don't know who that will be. At this point, we don't. You know, the one thing you can give credit to DeMaurice, and I'm still not a DeMaurice Smith fan because he got his little feelings hurt by John Gruden. And then John Gruden was out of football anyway because he can't take a joke. Point being, and one thing I will give DeMaurice Smith credit for, he suspected collusion from the owners involving guaranteed contracts. And he was right. All right? He was right. And some are saying that, well, the reason that took so long to come out, blah, 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 is because J.C. Treader, people were trying to, wanted him to be able to save face somehow because that was in, the Russell Wilson contract. It's been look, for these kind of matters, it has been a nightmare 60 days for the National Football League. It has. And they're damn lucky that so many fans are just like, oh, I'm concerned about what's going on the field, even though this is a massive piece of what happens on the field. All right? It's whoever gets this job that's going to have to sit down with the players who then are going to have to, and then they're going to sit down with Roger Goodell and the owners to talk about things like 18 games and this and that and the other, right? And the next CBA, this all matters. It does, okay? The collusion thing was sexier, but this is a huge deal too. No doubt about it. We all suspected the collusion thing, to be honest. I always did. You could tell it. And look, as disastrous as Deshaun Watson's contract has been, I mean, I don't blame the owners. I don't. I will never come down on the owners for not wanting to give a guaranteed contract after Deshaun Watson. And about them doing the wink nod, we're not going to give one ever again to anybody. Unless it's one that's groomed in such a way that is advantageous to the ownership side or the team, right? I don't blame them. I mean, it's been an utter disaster for the Cleveland Browns. On the field, in him getting hurt and all of it. Jimmy Haslam looks like a circus clown. Still kind of does. Well, he still does. What am I talking about? God, there's 5 owners in the National Football League that are so terrible. You could just all put them in a spacecraft and launch them into space. Everybody be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. David Tepper, Woody Johnson, Mike Brown, and Jimmy Haslam. How many is that? Mike Brown, Jimmy Haslam, Woody Johnson, David Tepper. That's 4. Who else could we throw? Dallas fans would say throw Jerry Jones in there. That's the most. People don't get this. he's the most powerful man in the NFL. It's not Roger Goodell, and it's not a single other owner. Jerry Jones is the most powerful figure in the NFL. Far as I'm concerned, I mean, he has been directly involved in some of the biggest moves that has been made over the last 25 years in the National Football League. Driving force in many moves. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. This is the time to voice your displeasure. I just hot off the press. Use promo code CC22. I will have a link for this shirt in the comment section pinned. Save Caitlin, fire Kathy.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.